Hey everybody, it's Mike. Welcome back to the channel. So back with a brief update, following up on the full update from a couple weeks ago. And we're gonna get a stormy weather here over the next couple days, so I thought I'd get a quick update in, because I did make a few changes in the last few days, just basically cleaning most of this stuff up, going through pot by pot of everything, weeding them, getting all the old leaves out, replenishing soil. Just so they would be ready for the growing season, because we are warming up and we are staying consistently warm, which is nice. But you know, hopefully the end of the bloodbath for the Texas sable, but I do still have a few that are just barely hanging on. But most of them that are left are looking really good for the most part. Those are kind of stickly, but you know, we'll see. And then the rest down the bottom there. But yeah, these really took a hit from the root damage from the community pot that I had them growing in for too long. So now that I know, when I grow more of them, I shouldn't have that same problem, hopefully, if I learn my lesson, right? Okay. Canary Island date palm, also known as the Phoenix Chinensis. This is the volunteer that came up in my Robusta pot, along with these three here. And I believe at this point, these are probably Phoenix Chinensis also. I haven't seen any other palms come up out of there that look any different. And when these get the adult fronds, I'll know for sure, but these strap leaves look very similar to this one here. So yeah, I think I might potentially have 4 of these, even though those 2 aren't looking so good, but I'm hoping they bounce back. Pair of Camrops Humulus. I had to upsize these since the last update. So they were in 1-gallon pots. They're now in 2-gallon pots and doing very well. And they should really take off this summer, because they seem to be picking up speed in their growth rate, which is interesting. Livestone Chinensis, or what's left of them, you know, still, you know, most of a pallet, I guess. I had 2 pallets of these at one point, but the ones that are remaining are looking very, very good, and they've really perked up here in the last week or so with the warm weather. And you know, I've got a grouping in that pot, but the rest are all in their own individual pots. And some of these were cut way back are starting to come back to life, so that's good to see. So that's what's left of the original batch of Livestone Chinensis, and I do have more seedlings coming up, which I'll show here in a second. Sable Palmetto Lisa variation. So these are the 4 that were in tall pots. Everything that was in tall pots too, I went ahead and took them out and put them in regular pots, because I mostly wanted the tall pots for seed starting. And you know, just having to deal with the tall pots on a long-term basis, having to prop them up, and you know, they tip over easy, they're very top heavy, so I mostly like to use them for seed starting anyway. Pindo palm seedlings, still not, I don't think those are gonna make it. I don't think there's even a reason to talk about those right now. Sable Birmingham, there's the large one. I had to upsize that from its 1-gallon to a 2-gallon, and the rest are all in 1 gallon, but they're looking really, really good. And I think I had to toss about 3 of these that got damaged from the winter storm. So, but other than that, they're still looking really good. Trachycarpus fortunei wagnerianus hybrid, not really much to report. They're doing great. They love the weather here. They like the wet cold, okay? So yeah, basically just cleaned up the pots and added more soil if I needed to. And then Bismarck's, not much has changed since the last update. Still waiting for the new growth, but should be on its way. And then, ooh, this is the bad one. So I did lose one of my Sable Brazorias, and I lost my my Sable Minor Emerald Owl Giant. So those are goners. Down to 3 Brazoria and 1 Sable Minor, if any of these even come back. But even these new leaves are kind of dead looking. But I don't know. We shall see. And then I am starting some new seeds, and I'm trying again with the Chilean wine palm. This one started to germinate, so I went ahead and put it in a pot. Hopefully the first leaf will come up soon. I think 2 more started to germinate in a bag inside, so I'll probably be potting those up soon as well. Younger Bismarck's still looking good. And my Sable Louisiana there in the pot. There was a second one growing, but as I was removing it, the seed separated from it, so it wasn't able to survive on the roots it had. So I just have the one still, hopefully more come out. And then I've got Sable Birmingham over here. I went ahead and separated those out of the community pot, and they're looking all right too. Silver Saw Palmetto, Serrano Repens. I got 10 of those now. I had 3 originally, you can see them right there, and then 7 new ones coming up. So pretty good. Still dormant on the Sable Minor pot. And here's what I was mentioning, the Livestone Chinensis, the new one's coming up. There's about 10 of them or so in there. And I do have more seeds, so I'll probably be starting more of those here too pretty soon. But yep, more Livestone to start replenishing the collection on those. I'm still waiting on the Burana Armada, still waiting on the Washingtonia Flifera. I'm sure these will pop up way faster than these anyway, but you know, they still need some time. They just got planted recently. Sable Cyarm doing really, really good. It looks like it's picked up a little bit of speed as well with its growth. And then here I've got some Camerops humilis seeds that weren't really coming up in the bag, but I do have one that was germinating. I think it's in that pot. And so I should see a first leaf on that pretty soon. So I might have some more Mediterranean fan palms to report on eventually. But that's about it. Those are the changes. It kind of just cleaned everything up a little bit. And as you can tell, there's a big reduction in the space I'm taking up with these things now. But that will probably change because I am planning to grow more. So anyway, that's about it for this update. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. As always, thank you all for watching. I'll see you on the next one.